Good morning. Hi, Attorney Cantu. How are you?
Hi, Judge. I'm good.
Good, good. Miss Pineda?
She should be logging on. She had emailed me this morning confirming the Zoom code, and I gave it to her.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Pineda.
Good morning.
Okay. Well, we're set for 9 o'clock, so I'll give her a little bit more time to log in.
Yeah, she just said, "Do you mind sending me the link? The one I'm using is not working." Then I gave her the this one, and she said thank you. So that was 7 minutes ago.
Okay. Well, I'll be right back. I'll give her a few minutes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Okay. I don't want to delay you any further. Um, so we're going to go ahead and get started.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Judge. Yeah, I don't. She hasn't emailed me back, so I don't know.
And she's not here. So
Okay.
I think we've given her plenty of time. It's now 9:13.
Okay.
Okay, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we're on the record in cause number DF2303069. Counsel, will you please announce for the record?
Chris Cantu on behalf of the respondent and counter petitioner, Mr. Esdras Pineda.
Okay. And the respondent in this matter is Monica Pineda. Did I say that right?
She's actually, yes, Judge, but she's actually the petitioner. We're the respondent counter.
Okay. The petitioner in this case, Ms. Monica Pineda, she was present at the pre-trial on October 30th, 2023, and she has notice of this hearing. Well, it was previously set for a different day. Since then, it's been reset. She has notice of it. The bailiff of the court called the hallway at 9:07 a.m. and there was no response. The doors are unlocked. The Zoom is open and we're also streaming live on YouTube, and she has not made an appearance. So we're going to proceed today with the hearing. So it looks like we have a divorce without children, and there's a prenup in place, and the only issue is related to the dog named Peanut.
Yes, well, yes, Judge, and money. I have that pretrial order. There was a $15,700 that wife took from dad. So
Oh, got it. I see. I see it. Parties have uncontested prenup agreement, and wife admits that she did in fact take the money because husband took Peanut the dog and won't return the dog, so she took the money.
That's what she told Judge Lee at the pretrial. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Judge Lee made a specific note.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Mr. Pineda, would you please raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give will be the truth and the whole truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You may lower your hand. And Attorney Cantu, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. I'd also just like to point out with more notice on January 15th of 2024, Judge Lee did reschedule us. She gave us available dates, including Ms. Pineda on the email. Me and Ms. Pineda, she responded to the emails stating we were both available for this date at 9 a.m. Judge Lee thanked us both and said that it's being reset to March 20th at 9 a.m. via Zoom. So Ms. Pineda did have notice of this on multiple occasions. And then, like I said, just before the record started, I did send her an email with the Zoom code after she asked for it. She replied, thank you. Just want to put that on the record as well.
Thank you.
And Mr. Pineda, you and Miss Pineda were married November 17th of 2017. Does that sound correct?
That's correct.
And you guys separated on or about October 15th or October 17th of 2022, correct?
That is correct.
And you guys do have, even at pretrial, Miss Pineda agreed, you guys do have a prenuptial agreement, correct?
Yes, we do.
And that prenuptial agreement is pretty standard. It divides all you guys' property. Basically, anything in your name or any businesses or any money you made was to remain yours, and anything she made or anything in her name was to remain hers, even if it was bought during the marriage, correct?
That's correct.
We have pre-marked what you sent to me as a certified copy of the prenuptial agreement that it looks like you actually filed with the county records, and that is pre-marked as Exhibit R2. Is that true, Mr. Pineda?
Yes, that's correct.
And we shared this with the court. We emailed it to the court judge. At this point, may we introduce Exhibit R2, the prenuptial agreement?
Yes. What's the exhibit number?
R2.
R2 is admitted. Someone just popped into the waiting room, Diana Guzman. Does that name sound familiar?
No.
What about Jonathan Soto?
No. Or is
Okay. Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. They're probably looking for Judge Lee's Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Sir, today, I'm sorry, and prior to filing this divorce, you actually and your spouse, Ms. Pineda, have lived in Dallas, Texas for the preceding 6-month period, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and you've lived here for years. Um, and today you are asking the judge to divorce you guys on the grounds of insupportability, correct?
That is correct.
You also are asking the judge to make a finding that you and your wife executed a valid premarital agreement, correct?
Yes, correct.
You also are asking the court to find that there is no community property, correct?
That is correct.
Right. We applied that in our lawsuit and as a part of the prenup. You guys have not made any property together during this marriage, correct?
No, we haven't.
And you want the court to find and confirm your separate property, that being any and all businesses you own, any DBAs that you run, any bank accounts that are only in your name or that you have sole control of, you want the judge to confirm as your separate property, all personal property in your possession, all motor vehicles that are titled in your name solely, any debts in your name solely. You want to be assigned all these assets as and confirmed as your separate property, correct?
Yes, please.
And also the same for Miss Pineda, correct? Anything that's in
Correct.
her name, solely her debts, solely her responsibilities, solely her accounts, they are confirmed as her separate property and hers, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You also are asking, the major part of this case is over a dog and the money your wife took, correct?
That is correct.
You guys separated in October of 2022. In February, specifically February 17th of 2023, Ms. Pineda took $15,700 from your account, your business account, correct?
That is correct.
Since then, we have tried to communicate with her about returning that money to you, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Several times she has stated that she did take the money and she does want to return it. What was her condition that she said to you via text message when she would give you the money back? What did she tell you?
Oh, she wanted me to file for divorce and until it was signed,
And she said when it was signed, what? She'd give you the money back?
turn my money in full. Correct.
And these conversations actually, she took all this money, stole from you on February 27th. On February 28th, the very next day, she's texting you about, I'll give you the money back, correct?
That is right.
We have what pre-marked as Exhibit R3, those text messages that she was sending to you stemming from February 28th until about April of 2023, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Move to admit Exhibit R3, Judge.
R3 is admitted.
And just brief screen 3. I'm going to share screen 3. Can you see this these text messages, Mr. Pineda?
Yes, I can.
So again, right here, February 28th at 1:30, the day after she took this money, she says right here, you want your money, I want that paper, correct?
Correct.
In Spanish up here, she's saying she actually wants to keep 6,000 of it because of this dog, which we'll talk about, and she'll give you $10,000 back, but she wants you to start a divorce, correct?
That is correct.
That's on February 28th. She sends a long message. She says, if you choose not to, then just take a loss of 15,700 and sue me. Do whatever you want. I'll pay you when the court asks me to. Right? That's her. Is that Ms. Pineda texting you, sir?
That is her.
And you're not responding to any of these, correct?
No, I haven't talked to her since we separated in 2022 at all.
Message goes on. She says, I want that paper for your money and you're gonna do it. I'm not changing my mind. And every time I see you, your cousin, or your girls at the, I don't know what that is.
That's a 4x4 place.
Okay. Or my gym in the remaining of our marriage, it's 1,000 I'm gonna waste each time I see y'all. March 1st, you better start moving because the money's looking tempting. You know I can blow all that in less than a day. I suggest you start that process and send me the updates more sooner than later. April 11th, 3:20 in the morning. Look, don't worry about the money anymore. I will give it to you the moment I sign for the divorce. You're about to get served. She did, in fact, file a divorce and serve you, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So at this point, she's saying you will get the money back. Our divorce is a consequence of our mistakes. She calls you Gamma, right?
That is correct. That's my middle name.
I will return the money. You have my word. let's just finish off this peacefully. And then in this long text message, she talks about y'all's relationship and your kids from a different marriage. I'm definitely not scared of the consequences this brings. I will not return the money before I sign the divorce. Because at this point, even your dad was contacting her, trying to get the money back, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You're about to be a free man with $15,000 back. I know those 15,000 are taking away your sleep. This is her texting you all during this time, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to. So, sir, let's talk about Peanut, the dog. You recall at the pretrial, your wife admitted that she took the money and that she says she took it because you wouldn't return the dog Peanut, correct?
That's correct.
How many times since when did you guys buy when was Peanut purchased?
I believe it was July 2019.
Whose debt, who owes the money on Peanut?
Monica Pineda only.
Okay, so Monica is the owner of Peanut, correct? Is that a yes?
Yes, correct. I'm sorry.
Okay. When did you guys have had an on and off relationship. When did she first leave you?
She left 2 weeks after she bought Peanut.
Did she take Peanut?
No, she actually left them and said I could do whatever I wanted with them, give them away, sell them. She just couldn't have them at her place.
Okay. And what did you do to try to give her Peanut though?
I actually took them the next day to her mom's house, which that's where she was staying. And I told her, "Here's your dog." She said she didn't want them. She didn't want them there. Her mom didn't like pets, and just for me to keep them and do whatever I wanted with them. And she said just to, just basically disregard or I mean, give them away. Just do anything, just not keep them.
Yes, sir. And again, you guys, so that was back in 2019. And
Correct.
you guys tried to get back together. And in 2022, you guys separated again. Did she take Peanut at that time?
No,
How many times since October of 2022, since y'all separated, have we tried to give her the dog back?
many times we've told her the dog is there.
In fact, is Peanut healthy and at your house still right now?
Yes, I mean, I groom him every month, do everything for him, feed him all these years. He's perfect.
So you're actually asking the judge to award her Peanut, correct?
Correct.
She can have the dog.
Yes.
You've been trying to give her back the dog, right?
Yes.
So because this has been so difficult, you're asking the judge to award her Peanut, but that she must retrieve Peanut on or before April 19th, 2024 by 5 p.m. from your residence, correct?
Yes, please.
And since you guys signed this prenup, the prenup says any debts in your guys' sole name, it remains yours. You also want her to be responsible for the debt for the dog, correct?
Correct.
The reason why we're asking for this is because this has been difficult. She keeps trying to have you keep the dog, but subtract how much she thinks the dog's worth from the 15,700 she stole from you, correct?
Right. Right.
You want your 15,700 back, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
She keeps saying she has it and that you're going to get it, but she can have the dog, correct? They're separate issues.
That's
All right.
correct.
However, since she's made this so difficult, you're also asking the judge, if she does not come back and get this dog by April 19th of 2024 by 5 p.m., you want to keep the dog, but she can keep the debt, correct?
That is right.
All right. Mainly because Peanut, the dog that's been here since 2019, is close with you and your kids now, correct?
That's right.
All right. So if she truly wants the dog, you're giving her yet another opportunity to get this dog, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Let's talk about the money. You are asking the judge to find that Miss Pineda has committed theft by taking $15,700 from you. And you want to find, make the judge to make a finding that she's committed fraud and guilty of theft in the amount of $15,700, correct?
Correct.
You're asking the judge to grant you a judgment against her in that same amount of 15,700, correct?
That is right.
She's been texting you about you be getting this back, but she's never given you it back, correct?
That's correct.
So you want to put a deadline on it. You are asking for her to put that or pay you back that money that she took, that she's admitted she's taken by 5 p.m. on April 22nd, 2024, to be paid directly to your name by money order or a cashier's check, but delivered at my office at 1750 Valley View Lane, Suite 100, Farmers Branch, correct?
Correct.
You are also asking for attorney's fees against Ms. Pineda in this action, correct? Namely because we did initial disclosures, we turned them over. Did Ms. Pineda turn over initial disclosures to us?
No,
We tried to attempt to negotiate in good faith by trying to give her back the dog and her just giving your money back. Did she ever agree to that?
no,
We also went to mediation. We went in person to Patrick Rogers mediation. Did she also at that point not want to agree to give you your money back?
correct.
So at this point, you're asking the judge for attorney's fees in the amount of $4,300, correct?
Correct.
That is because you had to pay for initial disclosures, you had to pay for us to go to trial, you had to pay for attorney's fees to go to mediation, and you believe that $4,300 is what you actually paid for reasonable and necessary attorney's fees in this case, correct?
That is correct.
And you're asking for that to be paid in full by money order or cashier's check, May 20th, 2024, in your name, delivered at my office, correct?
Correct.
All right, Judge, I moved to amend exhibit R1, which is the request for relief that I just went through with my client.
Okay, R1 is admitted.
Now, Ms. Pineda over this time has been asking us to give her a name change. In here, you're also stating if Ms. Pineda wants her name changed, that back to her maiden name, that the judge can grant it, right?
Correct.
We have no objection to that. So
No problem against that.
yes. And so today you're asking the judge to award you everything you want in this request for relief and grant your divorce, correct?
That is correct.
I passed the witness, Judge. Oh, well, sorry, a couple questions. You guys don't have any children together, correct?
No, sure.
I'm sorry, like that was a weird way to ask it, but do you guys have any kids together?
No, we don't.
Okay, and in her lawsuit, she put that she's not currently pregnant, and to your knowledge, she's not currently pregnant, correct?
No, she's not.
She's not pregnant. Okay,
Not that I know.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Okay. You may call your next witness, Attorney Cantu.
I'll just call myself Judge, just as to attorney's fees.
Go ahead.
Yes, Judge, I have been practicing. I've been licensed. I've been practicing since April of 2017. I mainly do family law. I practice in all areas, the DFW area, Collin County. I'm very familiar with what a reasonable rate that an attorney with my experience would charge in a case like this. In my opinion, this is a case that did not have to go to trial. Even at the pretrial, the petitioner admitted taking money. She has made it very difficult about giving this money back to my client, trying to use the dog, even though we've told her many times to just come get the dog, but give the money back. You can see clearly in the text messages that she said she was going to give this money back at some point. So I believe that mediation, we offered a very fair deal, decreasing the money and her to come get the dog, but she declined. So I believe mediation was kind of a waste, and my client had to pay for that. I charge my clients pretty much flat fee rates for certain things that have to be done in cases. I had charged them a set rate for the initial disclosures that we did timely. Ms. Pineda never turned them over. Like I said, we went to mediation. I charged them a flat rate for that. I charged them a flat rate for this trial. All that added up to $4,300. I did all the work myself. So it was all charged based on all the work I did. We had several appointments to meet for this trial to try to get the petitioner to agree to give him his money back. We introduced this prenuptial agreement that she agreed is valid. And I believe all the attorney's fees that were charged to my client are fair and reasonable in the amount of $4,300. I've passed myself as a witness.
Thank you. Counselor, do you rest?
I do, Judge.
Okay. So the court, after hearing the evidence, the court grants the divorce on the grounds of insupportability as well as fraud. The court grants the respondent's request in finding that $15,700 was removed from the respondent and grants the money judgment in that amount. The wife the petitioner in this case has until April 22nd of 2024 at 5 p.m. to return the money to the respondent by cashier's check or money order, and that is to be paid directly to his attorney's office, Attorney Cantu, at 1755 Valley View Lane, Suite 100 in Farmers Branch, Texas. The court also finds that there is a valid prenup, and the court also confirms all of the separate property that was requested from respondent. The court also grants attorney's fees in the amount of $4,300. That's also to be paid on or by April 22nd, 2024 at 5 p.m. by cashier's check or money order to the law offices of Attorney Cantu at 1755 Valley View Lane, Suite 100, Farmers Branch, Texas. Is there anything else for the record?
And I'm sorry, Judge, I don't mean to be a little annoying, but the address is 1750. I think I heard 1755.
I did say 55. Thank you. 1750 Valley View Lane, Suite 100 in Farmers Branch.
Thank you, Judge. So I think, yes, so prenup, divorce granted, no community property. Oh, I'm sorry. And about the dog, Judge, it is a big issue.
Oh, yes. Well, the testimony I heard was that Peanut actually belongs to Miss Pineda. So this is what we'll do in regards to the dog. Right now, he's in your possession. And if she gives this money by April 22nd, 2024, then you'll return the dog to her because it is going to be confirmed as her separate property. However, if she does not return the dog, then the court will grant your request for you to keep the dog and you just
leave her with the debt.
Leave her with the debt, the judgment of the $15,700.
Yes.
And counsel, I'm going to leave that to you to the wording and drafting of that part.
I did tell it. I know that's yes, Judge. I hear what you're saying on that one.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. Thank you so